His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a cable of condolences to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, following the crash of Saudi Aramco helicopter in Ras Tannoura, which claimed the lives of all those on board. His Majesty expressed his sincere condolences and heartfelt sympathy to the custodian of the two holy mosques and to the people of Saudi Arabia over the incident, praying to Allah Almighty to grant them His vast mercy and forgiveness and to grant their families and loved ones patience and solace. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa sent a cable of condolences to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, following the Saudi Aramco helicopter accident in Ras Tannoura, which claimed the lives of all those on board. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister sent a similar cable to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Deputy Prime Minister Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Gdaybiya Palace. The cabinet extends its gratitude to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa following His Majesty's commendation of the government led by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa during the Ashura season. The cabinet commended the efforts of the relevant authorities led by the Ministry of Interior in making all the necessary preparations and providing the required facilities to ensure a successful Ashura season. The cabinet praised the organization and discipline demonstrated throughout the Ashura season, attributing its success to the significant efforts of the relevant government entities led by the Ministry of Interior, the Council of Islamic Endowments Affairs, distinguished scholars and clerics, heads of matams, supervisory committees, and volunteer field teams. The meeting welcomed the joint statement issued following the ministerial meeting between the GCC and the US and its emphasis on maintaining the momentum and unity of negotiations towards a more permanent end to the hostile Iranian aggression. Regarding the regional circumstances, the cabinet reviewed the report submitted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs on the renewed hostile Iranian attacks targeting Bahrain with ballistic missiles and drones. The cabinet reiterated Bahrain's strongest condemnation of these unlawful attacks, which targeted civilians, infrastructure, and residents, constituting a flagrant violation of the kingdom's sovereignty, international law, and UN Security Council Resolution 2817 of 2026, as well as a breach of the commitments made by Iran under the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding. The cabinet stressed the recurrence of these attacks will not undermine the kingdom's resolve or steadfastness of its people, reaffirming Bahrain's right under international law to defend its sovereignty and security. It directed continued regional and international efforts, including following up on the emergency session of the UN Security Council requested by the kingdom to discuss these repeated attacks, ensuring that the international community fulfills its responsibilities in securing the implementation of Security Council Resolution 2817 and bringing these attacks to an immediate halt. The cabinet also extended its gratitude to the Bahrain Defense Force, the National Guard, and the Ministry of Interior, and the military, security, and civilian agencies for their dedicated efforts in safeguarding the kingdom's sovereignty, security, and national interest with the utmost competence and professionalism. The meeting highlighted the importance of the two newly inaugurated Ramli electricity transmission stations, noting their contribution to the kingdom's electricity infrastructure and their support for economic and urban development. The cabinet conveyed its condolences to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, its leadership, government, and people following the Saudi Aramco helicopter accident. The meeting condemned the renewed Iranian terrorist attacks against Kuwait involving missiles and drones, stressing that they constitute a flagrant violation of Kuwait's sovereignty, security, stability, as well as a breach of international law and the UN Charter. The cabinet approved amending its regular meetings during July and August 2026 to a bi-weekly schedule. The cabinet then reviewed several memorandums submitted by ministers and ministerial committees approving the following: Bahrain's contributions to several international organizations, the revised version of a Memorandum of Understanding between the governments of the Middle East and North Africa Financial Action Task Force concerning anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing, as well as the amended rules and procedures governing the group's operations. A Memorandum of Understanding between the Judicial and Legal Studies Institute and the British University. The 2026 to 2030 National Health Strategy, which includes several initiatives aimed at further developing the healthcare sector. The government's responses to several proposals submitted by the Council of Representatives and draft laws submitted by the Shura Council. The cabinet also reviewed developments on the priorities of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning under the 2023 to 2026 government program. The cabinet was also briefed on reports regarding the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the 165th Ordinary Session of the Council of the League of Arab States at the ministerial level, the outcomes of the visit of the U.S. Secretary of State to Bahrain, the outcomes of the high-level conference on coexistence and interreligious diversity, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in Saudi Water Week, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the GCC Health Ministers Committee regarding the strategic stockpiles, the foreign participation of ministers and visits by ministers of various countries to Bahrain during July 2026. The head of Humanitarian Voluntary Initiatives at the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, Her Highness Sheikh Hashima bint Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, visited a number of homes benefiting from the Reassured Homes initiative implemented by the Humanitarian Volunteer Initiative team, Shiyam Al Khair, with the support of GFH Foundation, to see the impact of the initiatives on bringing joy to the beneficiary families. The initiative involved furnishing more than 20 homes for widows, orphans, and families in need across the kingdom's governorates, with a participation of more than 50 volunteers divided into 8 working groups embodying the value of social solidarity, humanitarian work, and volunteering. On the occasion, Her Highness stressed that this initiative stems from a desire to spread generosity and community compassion and foster a culture of voluntary work to support families in need and improve their living conditions. Her Highness praised the efforts of the Shiyam Al Khair team and the volunteers who helped implement the initiative and the responsibility, dedication, and teamwork they demonstrated, in addition to the support provided by GFH Foundation to ensure the initiative's success. For their part, a number of beneficiary families expressed their gratitude and appreciation to Her Highness, affirming that this humanitarian gesture helped improve their living conditions and brought them joy. The Reassured Homes initiative is part of a series of humanitarian and community initiatives carried out by the Shiyam Al Khair team, which aims to boost social solidarity and support groups in need. Shura Council Chairman Ali Al-Saleh met with the Egyptian Senate Speaker Councillor Isam Ad-Din Farid on the sidelines of the 8th Conference of the Arab Parliament and Speaker of Arab Councils and Parliaments in Cairo. Al-Saleh found that the long-standing relations between Bahrain and Egypt continue to advance across all sectors, reflecting a firmly established model of strategic partnership and constructive cooperation. He attributed this continued progress to the vision and unwavering support of the two countries' leaderships. He commended the growing parliamentary relations between Bahrain's Shura Council and the Egyptian Senate, highlighting the ongoing coordination and constructive cooperation between the two legislative bodies. The Egyptian speaker affirmed Egypt's support for the kingdom in confronting any threat to its security, stability, and territorial integrity. He stressed that Egypt's security and that of the GCC states are closely interconnected, noting that Gulf security forms an integral part of Egypt and Arab national security. Works Minister Engineer Ibrahim Al-Hawaj announced the commencement of work on pouring the bridge deck as part of the development project for the roads leading to Bahrain International Airport Phase 3A, which is currently 47% complete. This announcement was made during the minister's visit to the project site, attended by Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Works, Sheikh Mish'al bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, and a number of officials. Al-Hawaj emphasized that this project forms part of a series of strategic initiatives aimed at developing the road network, enhancing its efficiency and improving the flow of traffic in the Muharraq Governorate. He noted that the project will help improve traffic flow and enhance the efficiency of the infrastructure to keep pace with the population growth and urban expansion, as well as facilitating access to Bahrain International Airport and its facilities. Deputy Chair of the Shura Council's Committee on Legislative and Legal Affairs, Dr. Adil Abdurrahman Al-Maouda, took part in the Arab Parliament's Committee on Foreign, Political and National Security Affairs meeting in Egypt. He urged a unified Arab parliamentary position to bolster the security, stability and sovereignty of Arab states, oppose any external interventions or attacks that threaten them, and underscored that the safety and stability of the Arab region are non-negotiable. Dr. Al-Maouda praised the ongoing effort to build consensus and said a common parliamentary stance reflects the deep bond among Arab people and governments, enhancing the effectiveness of joint Arab action. Member of the Shura Council Service Committee and of the Arab Parliament's Economic and Financial Affairs Committee, Dr. Ibtisam Al-Dallal, said Bahrain's use of artificial intelligence and digital technologies reflects a forward-looking national approach that strengthens institutional efficiency and consolidates a knowledge-based economy. Speaking at the Arab Parliament's Economic and Financial Affairs Committee meeting, Dr. Al-Dallal emphasized the Bahraini legislature's role in supporting legal frameworks that foster the digital economy and create an attractive regulatory environment for investment in innovation and advanced technology. She added that the Shura Council's AI initiative stems from an integrated institutional vision aligned with His Majesty the King's directives to improve legislative and parliamentary output and accelerate analysis and monitoring processes. A delegation from Bahrain's Council of Representatives, represented by MP Mohammed Al Ahmed and Dr. Hisham Al Ashiri, called on the Arab Parliament to support Bahrain's request for an urgent UN Security Council session to halt the ongoing Iranian aggression and hold its preparators accountable. Al Ahmed made the appeal during the Arab Parliament's Committee on Social, Educational, Cultural, Women and Youth Affairs meeting, while Dr. Al Ashiri raised the issue at the Committee on Legislative and Legal Affairs during the second session of the fourth legislative term in Cairo. The delegation said endorsing Bahrain's calls stem from the Arab parliamentary responsibility, describing the continued Iranian attacks as a clear challenge to international will and a direct threat to the security of Bahrain and other Arab states, which requires a unified parliamentary response. The Shura Insurance Organization SIO has launched an upgraded digital service enabling pensioners and eligible beneficiaries to instantly obtain an official certificate confirming the continued transfer of their monthly pension to their bank accounts. The SIO CEO, Sahar Al-Manna'i, said that reinforcement and enhancement reflects the organization's commitment to continuously improving its service as part of its digital transformation plans. She said the upgraded service streamlines procedures, speeds up transaction processing, reduces the time and effort required from beneficiaries, and enhances the quality and efficiency of service delivery. Arabian Gulf University, represented by its College of Medicine and Health Sciences, has achieved a new global milestone by winning the Aspire Award for Excellence in Medical Education, presented by the International Association for Health Professions Education in the category of Excellence in the Use of Medical Simulation, in recognition of its efforts to develop simulation-based learning environments and enhance the quality of training for medical students and healthcare practitioners. The university received the award following a comprehensive evaluation of its educational practices and innovations in the field of medical simulation, during which the initiative of the College of Medicine and Health Sciences demonstrated an advanced level of integration of simulation into the medical curriculum and the use of modern technologies to provide realistic and safe learning experiences. The Aspire Award is considered one of the most prestigious global awards in medical education. It is awarded to educational institutions that achieve exceptional levels of excellence and innovation in medical education and training, and is an international recognition of the quality of academic practices and educational leadership.
We honored at AGU to awarded with Aspire Excellence Award in Medical Education by AMI, or International Association of Health and Professional Education, which is the highest prestigious award in the field of medical education. AGU awarded this award in the class of using of simulation in health education or medical education. Luckily, every year a certain number of universities they get this award in different categories, and we got this this year at the area of simulation.
Arab Parliament President Mohammed al-Yamahi strongly condemned the hostile Iranian attacks on Bahrain, calling them a flagrant violation of state sovereignty, a clear breach of international law and the UN Charter, and a direct threat to regional security and stability. He described the actions as an unacceptable escalation that harms the security and stability of Arab states, and urged adherence to international law and respect for sovereignty to prevent further tension and escalation.